Wasabi guys, coming back at you with another video. It is Void here, and I want to talk about some pet peeves of mine, from F&Ms, local game stores in general, just anything that really just tends to piss me off, and I'm sure this pisses off so many other people as well. These tend to be pretty common pet peeves, and we always talk about this, and I feel like, let's clear the air here. Let's just talk about it. So first one I have here is basically whenever you're playing a game, and this is specifically for either Commander or Draft or just anything that involves multiplayer, people are always going to be attracted to that, and when they see that, they're like, oh, I want to join in. Well, usually they either say they want to join in after it's too little too late, and we're already on our first turn. We already rolled to see who went first. We already drew our 7 cards. Everything that you typically do to start out a game, and there's usually someone that wants to join in because they're like, oh, I don't feel like waiting 2 hours, which I can understand. Most of these I have on here today, they're basically I can understand, I can forgive some of these, and I'm pretty easygoing. I don't typically hold grudges or anything like that, so if it makes it sound like I'm kind of spiteful or anything like that, I'm really not a spiteful person at all. So when it comes to people just coming up to your table and just trying to make it so that you have to, in a sense, just restart the game all over again, which sometimes it's not a big deal, but if it's like a 4-player game and you're trying to make it 5-player, well then come on. I mean, that's already too many people there. 5 is way too many. It should be just maximum of 4-player games, which is really what it should be. And again, initially it sounds really cool to have a like a 6-player game, 7-player, 8-player game, and it does at first, but as you go on in your Magic the Gathering careers, you will soon figure out how much of a waste of time it is, because you lack so much precision the larger your game is. So it's just a bunch of spitefulness and bullshit. I mean, typically, 4 players going to be political. It's going to be all about decision making and teaming up with other people. But when it's 8 players, it's all about, okay, who's going to try to make themselves a big target now? It's really frustrating getting into those bigger games. It's just so much happens, and nobody really focuses on anything that's actually, oh, there's a combo out. Well, I didn't realize, because that same fucking person was sitting across the table from me at the far end that, I can't see them unless I get up and actually move and look around the table, which I don't feel like doing because I'm lazy, and that's just a pain in the ass. So I tend to like to keep games pretty small for Commander, and for Draft, I mean, obviously, if we're already starting a draft, you're not getting in. I'm sorry. We're not going to restart shuffling, restart the game. We're not going to restart the whole draft process just for you because, you decided now you wanted to join in. So that's basically all I have to say about that. And then we have, especially when it comes to F&Ms or local game stores, we have the people who will habitually show up late. We all know them, and it's not just exclusive to local game stores. It's basically everything in life. If there's a set time, a specific time that we're all agreeing to show up, there's usually at least a handful of people that will decide to show up at least 5 minutes late for no other reason than they're fucking narcissists and they feel like everything revolves around them. I wonder, oh wow, if I'm 7 minutes late exactly to F&M here, I wonder if that'll make people notice me more. That's the mindset, that really is, and it frustrates the hell out of people like me too, and literally everyone else who's waiting there. If you basically show up, here's my theory here, if you show up everywhere you go at least 5 minutes late, here's what you do. You leave 5 minutes earlier. Oh wow! Shocking revelation here, you might actually show up on time. Whoa, who would have thought? What a fucking concept. But really, I mean, you're not making any friends if you're showing up late all the time to these events, and you're signing up. So if people are expecting you there, it's because you signed up on a sign-up sheet, or you basically signed up through email or whatever, your local game store, how they do sign up. So the store owner is saying, okay, hold up guys, we're still waiting for such and such's name, and it's like 10 minutes after the start time. So not only it doesn't start whenever everybody shows up, it starts whenever they do pairings. and then they print it out, and then they have it all paired up, and they have to set us at specific tables and everything. So that takes at least 10 minutes to do all that. So that if you're showing up 10 minutes late, the start time's a joke in general, but I mean, we should be starting no later than like 10 minutes after the official start time. I mean, it's just ridiculous if we're starting an hour late because some dickhole, is always late. I can forgive this sometimes too. Obviously there's emergencies, there's actual reasons to be late, maybe unusual traffic, maybe, just out of nowhere Main Street just got flooded and suddenly there's just no room to park and you had to park a street down, or who knows. So I can forgive it sometimes, but if it's every single time just the same damn people that are always late, like 5 minutes late, I am like never on time. I'm always early, okay? Which if you can't be exactly on time, be early. Shocker, that's what you can do. So I'm usually about 10 to 15 minutes early to literally every event I go to, and that's just so I can maybe get some trades in, maybe talk to people, maybe have a good conversation, or maybe just get my mat set up, my dice set up, everything I need. Maybe talk to the store owner if I feel like it. Who knows? Buy some shit. I get extra time because I show up early. I don't feel like I'm rushing everything, and I don't feel like all stressed out because I just got there and, oh my God, this is happening or this is happening. I get there 15 minutes early usually, maybe even earlier than that, depends how I'm feeling, what my mood is. So to the people that show up 5 minutes or even later than that, don't even bother coming. I mean, quite frankly, I would rather that we start at an odd number and have someone take like a bye. Maybe they don't deserve the bye, but at least we still start on time and we're still playing the game. We're not being held up an hour because some dickweed didn't decide, maybe I should care about other people's time. But again, they're narcissists, so all they give a shit about is themselves. But again, we all know this, and it's not just with F&Ms and local game stores. It's with, college classes, anything where attendance isn't automatically, it's not mandatory that you show up at the exact time. You can really show up for however many classes, but you always see this, like, people will show up 5-10 minutes late, and the teacher just, shrugs their shoulders and be like, oh, that's them. That's just their character traits. Oh, look how cool they are. They must have very important things going on in their lives to the point where they're going to waste 5 minutes of ours. That's just a pain in the ass. I mean, it'll get to the point where these people, I just don't talk to them at all. I don't acknowledge their existence, because if you're going to waste my time like that, fuck you. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to trade with you. Don't talk to me. You're an asshole. You're the reason why we're being held up all this, 5 minutes, 10 minutes late every fucking F&M. So stop doing that, please. Next here, we have the asshole traders. Now, I'm not talking about the people who will scam you and try to, they'll look up prices and then they'll basically trade and say, oh, cool, I'll trade you for this, but you're basically over trading or you're under trading or whatever. I think, you'll have a very valuable card, but you don't know that it's valuable or it's worth more, maybe like a price spike or whatever. I'm not talking about those type of people. I'm talking about the people who will take the time and say, hey, do you have trades? And you basically give them your trade binder and they look through it. They take at least 10 minutes looking through it thoroughly, give or take 5 minutes, who knows. But, and then finally, like when they're done looking through it and they're like, okay, here's my trade binder. And it either has like very little in it or it's just like, come on, man, you're honestly pushing these for trades? Like, who the hell are you? And these are like commons and uncommons from like, Modern Masters or some, bullshit you don't even give a crap about. I mean, come on. And the worst thing is people who don't even bring trades to F&M but want to look through other people's trades. And you always have the people who do that. That'll be like, hey, could you hold on to this for me? Could you like reserve this for me so, when I do have my trades, I can trade it with you? No. Not going to happen there, buddy. You know why? Because someone who actually does have their fucking trades might actually want to trade for that specific card. And I won't have it if I'm holding it for you. Why the hell would I do that? That's a waste of my time. You're not reliable. So why the hell do you want to look through my trades if you don't have your trades with you? Why would I let you do that? Why the fuck would that happen? I'm not going to let that happen. So just be warned that if someone doesn't let you look through their trades, it's not because they just don't want your fingers on their stuff. It could be for that reason, but it's more likely because you either don't have good enough trades or you really half-assed your trade binder. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you either have no trades or you half-ass your trade binder to the point where, why do I even bother letting you look at my stuff? You just wasted my time. Why the hell do I want to even talk to you anymore? Terrible fucking people there, you know? And next thing we have here is, this has to do with just drafts in general. And this could be Q drafts, this could be, just anything. It could be Hour of Devastation, who the hell knows. But it's always a pain in the ass, and we've always been there. Whenever there's someone in the draft that is slow as fuck, man, they take at least 5 minutes looking over every single card. I get it. You want to be prepared. You want to make a good deck. But you're not going to just hit all these just draft bombs every single pack. You're going to have to settle. That's something that obviously you didn't learn on your own. You're going to have to settle for cards that are either off color or just not good enough. You shouldn't be taking 5 minutes to decide what the fuck kind of cards you want. It's a pain in the ass. You're slowing up the draft. You're slowing up the table here. If I have 2 packs waiting for you, and you're still on the same one, just shuffling through it, and I'm looking at you, I'm literally making it known that I am waiting on you to finish your fucking pack, okay? Because I have 2 of them waiting for you. I have people that are looking at me going, oh my god, this guy is so slow. And it's the same person. It's like, oh my god, we're only on round 2, and it's like 8 at night. We started at like 4. Yeah, I mean, it's because of you slowing us down. It's not because, we're all slowing down in general. It's because you're just slow as shit, You don't know how to draft. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best drafter in the world or anything like that. I'm no fucking like Travis Wu or anything like that. But I at least know how to draft to the point where, okay, there's nothing good in here. Let me just settle for this. I'm not going to waste, like 2 minutes just looking through this like some people do. And it's a pain in the ass, man. And that's why definitely I do not draft as often as I would want to, mainly because of the fact that you're going to have a lot of slow players. At least with Commander, it's going to be slow. With draft, you always have this, you have slow people. They just screw each other out of the draft. And, I mean, it's just a pain in the ass. I don't feel like obligated for like 5 or 6 hours because someone's just intentionally being slow as shit. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of people do it on purpose, but it's to the point where you have to wonder, man, like, why are you doing this? Why are you being slow as shit? We're all looking at you to hurry the hell up, but you just won't. So that really that pisses me off, man. Next we have, okay, and this is definitely something that we're starting to get to the people that just really piss me off, man. Really piss me off. It is the people who feel the need to go off topic in their discussions and just won't shut the hell up about it the whole damn game. Like, I don't care about My Little Pony. I don't care about your favorite goddamn anime. We're talking about Magic right now. We're playing a game. We're right in the middle of it. Okay, it's a 4-player game. If you're going to complain about the length of Commander games, and you're one of these people that you're going to talk about, oh my god, did you see One Punch Man or did you see Dragon Ball Z? No, I didn't. You know why? Because I'm playing fucking Magic right now. Okay? I'll talk to you about it after we're finished this game. Because the sooner you stop wasting our time talking about this, the sooner we can finish our game, and then we can start talking about your anime. Okay? I'll talk about Death Note all you want after this game. Alright? But right now we're playing Magic. We're not playing Dragon Ball Z. We're not watching One Punch Man. We're playing Magic the Gathering. So, and this even pisses me off more when people will bring other people outside of the game into a discussion and they'll be looking away because this, you get distracted. So your focus isn't 100% on the game. So naturally, what does that do? You don't pay attention to when someone passes their turn. And so it could be technically your turn, but no one will know because you're talking the whole time. So we don't know if you're playing. We don't know if it's someone else's turn because you lost, you were not paying attention. And naturally, everyone else gets screwed out of the game here because, we don't feel like playing a game where there's someone who's talking the whole fucking time and just being detrimental pieces of shit. Stop doing that. Stop talking the whole game. Okay, I can get it. I can have a conversation and hold it with someone as long as it's on topic. Oh, have you seen the new set? You know, it looks pretty cool. You know, I really like it. But I'm not going to just drone on, you know, over and over again over the same goddamn thing. It's just a pain in the ass. So when we're in the middle of the game here and you're complaining, and it's usually the same people that talk the whole fucking time, and they're like, oh, well, I'm talking because the game's taking so long, turns are so long. Turns wouldn't be so long if you were paying attention and you were listening when people pass their turn to you. Okay? It's the same people that complain about that too. They all act disinterested in the game whenever it's someone else's turn. So they hold like an hour-long conversation with someone else about like Tamagotchi or whatever the hell they talk about. I'm just bringing up random shit in case you haven't noticed. I know a lot of people that are like this. They'll pull out their phones or their tablets or whatever. They'll play like videos on YouTube for their friends. Unless it's my videos, shut the hell up, turn it off, fuck off, okay? Unless it's like related to the actual topic of Magic the Gathering, the actual game, stop droning on in like an hour-long conversation with someone else over some bullshit that nobody else really cares about in the playgroup. Maybe one other person might, but to everyone else in the playgroup, playing a game of Commander, we're trying to focus, we're trying to concentrate on the game, because that's what Magic is. It takes thought, it takes strategy, it takes the ability to assess our opponent's field or what they're doing, and that takes concentration. You know what it doesn't take? Literally talking the whole time. It doesn't take any of that. You don't have to talk to play a good game of Magic. All you really have to do is just play the cards. That's it. You really don't have to talk that much. You just say what your cards are and you shut the hell up. That's it. And to those of you who think I might be one of the people who are talking the whole time, I guarantee you, if you met me in person, I do not talk that much. I really don't. Ask anyone who actually knows me. They will guarantee you that if you met me in person, I probably would say like 5 things the entire time at an FNM. I'm usually like one of the quietest people at pre-release, at Commander FNMs. I am one of the quietest people. The only time I ever talk is in the game. So outside of the game, I would say a maximum of like 5 words, and it's usually to the store owner. I just don't feel like talking to people overall. It's not because I'm cocky, it's not because I'm smug, or it's not because I don't deem other people worthy of my time. It's just because I just don't feel like talking. I'm sorry. I'm not comfortable in rooms with like 30 or more people that are talking loudly. That's just not me. So the last one we have here, and this is pretty relevant to any of you who have ever been to an FNM, it is people who will not settle the fuck down. They will be standing up, they'll be hovering over your table, just being like, oh, what is your hand? What does your hand look like? Oh, wow, this game looks really interesting. Oh, I want to watch it. I'm all for it. If you want to watch our game, watch it. But stay at a healthy distance, man. If you're breathing down my neck, and I don't feel comfortable enough playing my game, and it's because of you, and you're hovering over our table, and you're bumping into our table, you're bumping into my chair because you want to get a good enough look at my hand, or my opponent's hands, or whatever. Stop doing that. That's a pain in the ass. We're trying to focus on our game, and again, it's the whole distraction thing that's just asinine about FNMs and just local game stores in general. People that, yeah, I get it. It's a community here, and we want to all, watch other people's games and stuff. I watch people's games too, but I'm respectful about it. I'm not going to touch people's cards and look at their hands and be like, oh, I really like that card. Oh, look at this. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my cards. Don't stand like inches away from me. Like, step back a couple feet and watch from a distance, okay? Because that's comfortable. I can play under those circumstances. But really, as long as you're, sit down. To be honest, if you're going to watch our game, pull up a chair because it's just uncomfortable. I don't like standing up to watch a Commander game because I typically, I know how long those games can last. So pull up a chair and sit from a healthy distance. Don't be like hovering over our shit, because that's annoying. And, don't eat food over us. Don't don't do the usual shit. I shouldn't have to explain this. You should all have, common sense enough to not want to do this. But I know the majority of you don't do this. I know this is like a very, very small minority when we talk about just assholes who do like all of these. If you do all of these, I mean, I doubt anybody does like all 6 of these that I mentioned. I mean, that'd be one asshole. I don't think I'd want to know that person at all. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family, with your children or whatever. Void Mage Gamer here, signing off. You guys have a wonderful day.